that Prescott Park is probably the most unique signature item a city could ask for.
It's amazing how many people in this area don't realize that Prescott Park is there.
It's not something that a lot of cities out there have got the option to just have in the backyard, you know.
The possibilities are just endless and super exciting for what that means to all citizens in Medford.
Its accessibility is open to anybody and everybody, and the potential is huge.
You can really bring people in because it's a short drive and it offers really great recreational opportunities that you couldn't offer somewhere else.
I think a lot of people in this community feel like they have to travel outside to get a breath of fresh air or to get a good view of the valley. And I don't think a lot of people know about this. And once they learn about it, they'll realize it's right in their backyard, that they can go watch a stunning sunset or go get their exercise on. And it just only contributes to the healthy lifestyle of the community that we need.
Once people started to get up there, there's horseback riding trails, biking, hiking trails. It's a natural outlet for the Parks Department to support because it supports a healthy community and healthy activities. To be outside, to be up in the mountains. The views are gorgeous. Around on the backside you can see the Cascades up to the Three Sisters on a good day. And the whole package is just unlike anything else you could ask for in a city park. So I'm thrilled to see that the park has now been taken over by the citizens for the right reasons, for the right uses, and I think we're starting to scratch the surface of what's up there and what could be.
Prescott Park and that whole area opens up all kinds of outdoor activities that are not in a formal park setting, which is sort of nice. It's rustic, it's a wildland rather than a domestic internal city park. It's really nice, and so the amenities up there can be what your imagination lets them be, quite frankly, and that's what's really nice about it.
Well, to us, I'm a big trail runner outside of just being a runner, and to me, Prescott Park is our place. That's our gym in Medford, and we don't have any other park that develops that sort of outdoor recreational idea in the same way that Prescott Park and Roxy Ann do. The sort of sunset over McLaughlin on the backside is just beautiful.
People are seeking out a healthier lifestyle, and so recreation is critical. And the closer and the easier it is, the more we'll do it. If you got to drive for an hour, it's going to limit your ability to do that. So having something right outside your door to speak is important. It's very important.
One of our goals within the Leisure Services Plan and of the Parks and Recreation Commission and our foundation is to provide more access for people to be able to go up there and enjoy the park.
Its potential is huge as an asset for the community. To develop this park is not just an asset for cyclists, it's an asset for the whole community. And again, not just for people who are existing outdoors people. It's a great asset for people who potentially are looking to have a healthier lifestyle. The idea is to put trails on this hillside that are sustainable and usable 365 days a year.
But as we look to the other cities in the valley, Jacksonville and Ashland, and you notice that their trail systems are so developed, those end up being big draws to those cities. Jacksonville has Britt, it's developed, it's just beautiful. There's several races in Britt and a lot of tourism in Britt. And I think with the size of Roxy Ann, the size of Prescott Park, and the land that's available to the city up there, you could have a recreation area that drew hundreds every weekend. And I do think that for us, if we had longer trails, there'd be longer races or potentially more races, and I think that raises more money to put back into the trail system. As that park gets developed, not only are you making a nicer park or bringing in tourists or something like that, but you're also involving a greater portion of our community in active lifestyles, and obviously that's a big benefit to the future of our community. So.
I'd like to see this place be a magnet to attract both mountain bikers and runners and joggers from not just this region but outside the area. There's many examples in the mountain biking communities in Oregon and all over the country of communities that benefit from assets like Prescott Park, which are then able to attract events and attract riders and people from all over the country to come and ride and come and spend money in their local communities.
Well, Prescott Park could be basically another economic engine for this community, meaning that the trails that are planned to be built up there, not only for mountain biking, but for equestrian and hikers, would be a regional draw where people would actually travel to Medford to be able to experience this park. We could also have regional and national events held at this park, and most notably in mountain biking. Again, another economic impact for the community. But we're building this park, or the amenities within this park, for the community first. And the number one thing that folks wanted in the leisure services plan was access to more trails. That is the growing trend in America in park development, is more soft surface trails. As we age, as America is aging, that's what these folks are looking for.
So the technology that we have now with trail construction can make something rideable during the wet season. When you have decomposed granite like we have here in Ashland, that's easy. But when you have the clay soil that is in Prescott Park, that's going to be more challenging. So armoring is going to be important. And having a quality construction job is going to be super important with drainage and armoring.
So I think this is the start. We have a plan to kind of start with a base trail that could be built off of, but I know a number of different groups are already weighing in, and local groups from the biking community, from the horseback community, from the hikers and the joggers community and the mountain bikers. I mean, there's a very collaborative effort going underway to have everyone's vision or everyone's wants or use for the park kind of be represented.
What I foresee, at least from the explanations we've gotten, it's going to be a multi-use kind of facility. You've got walking trails, hiking trails, biking trails. That opens up the whole area for wildlife study and other things like that for groups that want to come in. There's a whole ecotourism kind of thing going on. People love to come in and do these things, and that's what they do. Rather than going to a fancy dinner somewhere, they hike a trail somewhere, and that sort of thing is catching on a lot, and that offers, I think, some great potential for people to come in and visit the valley, see the valley.
That people want to get outside, and to make it safe and fun and easily accessible to everyone to get there is what the plan is. It's in the long-range plan for the city of Medford, and I think it's just super exciting that this is getting going.
This mountain is pretty much a blank canvas right now. As I say, there are trails on there, not really trails that have been planned or had any much thought gone into them. The idea now is to do exactly that. It's to put planning behind this and develop the asset properly, create it so that it will be usable for future generations, not just for people that are here right now. Runners, hikers, joggers, families, small children. I see a lot of people up there, young mothers with push chairs. The development possibility is huge. What we need is the finances to get this thing going, and then once we have that, I believe it will be self-sustainable. We'll be able to keep this as a community asset for future generations.
That's really all it takes, is the funding and the will to get up there with the money and get it done. And like I said, we've just scratched the surface of what could be for Prescott Park. And I think the number of different groups that are going to work on this so that a trail system could be set up that will accommodate bikers, hikers, horseback riders, dog walkers, and everybody will have their own place. There's so much space and there's so much potential use up there that really it's limited only by our funds and our imagination of what could be.
I just encourage folks that want to be part of making that park something special to either engage with our Parks and Recreation Foundation or our commission to help us build and then maintain the facility as we move forward.